Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again, and I'm a little under the weather today, but gotta still do a nostalgia critic for you guys. He's doing Trick or Treat. I have not watched this movie. I was actually about to do a reaction to this movie. Ironically, again, I keep telling you guys, I have like some sort of mental field with mental thought process with Doug or something. I mean, but that's actually the movie that I'm actually not going to do. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it to you before Halloween. I'm going to be doing two movies, and we're just going to have to wait and see what they are. But hopefully, be able to get to hopefully, I'll be able to get them for you soon. So, yeah, I've never seen this movie. So, but I kind of saw. I think I saw a review of it. I think Anna Paquin's in it, and I think also the chick who was Tony Stark's. Shall we say, one night stand in the first Iron Man movie is in there. I don't know anybody else, but let's just get into the movie. And remember, please, let's just get into the review. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's do this thing, y'all.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Guy, remember? So you don't have to. For a long time, Halloween movies didn't have a lot to do with Halloween. Think about all the movies about classic monsters and slasher killers. Very few of them actually put that much focus on the holiday. Once in a while you got one, but they were pretty few and far between.
What? Oh, wow. Ginger Snaps actually took place during Halloween?
Even movies named after the holiday didn't have a ton of the holiday in it. Wow. You actually had to go the third one to get a lot of that classic Halloween atmosphere.
Exactly.
However, that seems to be changing recently. A lot more Halloween movies are incorporating Halloween into them. With trick-or-treaters, decorations, ghoulish pranks.
I have to watch that for the... Maybe that's what I should watch for the channel. Scary movies to tell in the dark. Ugh.
Stuff that celebrates the holiday rather than just take place on it, if they even do that. And in my opinion, I think Trick or Treat was the start of that. Trick or Treat is an anthology film that does with Halloween what a drag queen does with glitter. Absolutely gets covered.
He should still be the lizard.
Covered in it. After being passed from festival to festival to try and find an audience. It was actually first screened in December, if you can believe it. I think that's where the director got the idea for his next flick. It finally accumulated one when it came to
there, Anna Paquin.
With a sequel in development and even Halloween costumes being made. Trick or Treat has become a staple of the season for many.
Sequel?
The funny thing is, like I mentioned, director Michael Dougherty, I don't know, I just see my name in there, also made the movie Krampus. Another seasonal horror film with a dark take on its holiday. And like Krampus, it's a unique experience in that I notice people watch the movie and usually find it alright at best, but something stays with them afterwards. The memory of the movie might actually be stronger than the movie itself. That is to say, its visuals, ideas, and overall atmosphere might be what makes it so unique. You know those films you watch that you really like, but then you struggle to remember years later? This guy's films seem to be the opposite. People usually find them okay at first, but something about them stays with people years later. I'm actually finding these movies more and more interesting. Like, I recall lady werewolves, a goblin trick-or-treater, bullies begging for their comeuppance, but I don't really remember any characters' names or even how half the stories end. So why do some passable films like this stay with me, and some films I know are smarter and I enjoyed more sometimes fade away? Well, we're gonna dive in and find out. So put on your Sam costume, or half a Sam costume, or dress up your dog. This needs to stop. We need to stop. This is Trick or Treat. We open with a film strip about the proper way for kids to act around Halloween.
There are a few guidelines all ghosts and goblins should follow. Always stay on sidewalks.
Don't wear a bunny mask with a Superman costume. What's the matter with you? We cut to the present. 16 years ago, as a couple named Emma and Henry return home from a party and dare to blow out their jack-o'-lantern.
You're supposed to keep it lit.
Why?
Concentration?
It's Halloween, not Hanukkah.
But Spirited Away knockoffs will get you.
What?
Upstairs.
Babe, let's just take all this crap down. It looks like a crime scene.
Well, maybe if you didn't decorate your lawn like any 5 minutes of Black Klansman.
Yeah, right, what?
Go inside, put on the tape.
Just as they're literally about to do it like they do on the Discovery Channel, somebody watches from afar.
It's
took you guys so long?
I was seeing how long I could go before the cops were called on me. You know, typical college boy stuff.
Happy Halloween.
I really like they edit this like the killer's gonna be behind the sheets, but it turns out is in the box. Oh. 9 out of 10 times the killer shows up right after the fake out, so I'm glad he shows up after 2 fake outs. Not like this! Not in a Leprechaun movie!
Here is a sucker for the little sucker.
There you go.
And the moral of the story is, don't get killed. I like that the film taking from everything Halloween also includes Halloween movies. Like, this intro has a very creep show vibe, with the comics being mixed with very psycho-sounding music, right after a clear homage to the first Halloween movie. Not to mention an homage to the scariest trope of all, a sometime earlier credit. I guess it could be worse. You could cut back to Emma with a voiceover saying, "You're probably wondering how I got here."
Warren Valley, Ohio, where the holiday and all of its strange traditions are taken very seriously.
In Ohio? I somehow doubt that. Now there's a Cedar Point / Sauerkraut Balls festival. That I could believe.
Yes. Totally.
Introduced to a group of college girls dressing up like fairy tale characters and talking as horny as possible.
Tits keep popping out.
That's the idea.
Perfectly good guys in the city.
Fresh meat.
And Maria Saylor was a girl.
She had a nice ass.
Hey.
You know something's up with that because you know that girls are never explicit like that and going to pick up guys. Oh.
Will you keep it down? The writer of the scene is listening.
Oh, Jesus.
But one of them, named Lori, played by Anna Paquin, is embarrassed by her costume.
Open the door or we'll
Sexy.
puff. And we'll puff.
Come on, seriously, open up.
I didn't even get to the blow part. That'd be 10 references from my horny girl cliches punch card.
Just in town for a party tonight, and I was wondering what time you get off work.
They invite the cashier to meet them at the party, while the bad Santa kid acts like a little shit, like he does in most of his movies.
Is he?
That can't be good for your diabetes, Charlie. Sit down, Charlie.
Sit down, Charlie. Your life is through.
Tonight is about respecting the dead, because this is the one night that the dead roam free.
That's right. My role as the lizard might come back from the dead tonight, so let's pretend Spider-Man 3 never happened.
But I already pretend that.
Good boy.
All these traditions, they were started...
Stop ragging on Spider-Man 3. It's not that bad anymore. Again, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a much worse film by comparison. And even had more villains for some reason. Or did they?
protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
Let me go more into the history of Halloween. Oh, right, like I said, the audience wouldn't care. On to the gory stuff.
Always check your candy.
You know, I'll just say it. Between doing this and half a performance in a wedgie, this kid must have had a hard time in school.
Probably.
Imagine every year at Halloween and Christmas, somebody brings these movies up. Look, kid, I know you're like 30, but I'm giving you an Amazon gift card for free therapy. We will stop those Fortune Feimster jokes. Not that she made jokes about you, just that you look like her. Though maybe she did, I don't know. You ever see my movie Happiness?
We know you're in there! We can see you!
Some other kids come trick-or-treating, and I love this look on both the kid and Dylan Baker's face when he puts together where the blood might have come from.
Happy Halloween.
It'll be a happier Halloween if you slip me a 20.
You're a round, slow-moving boy, aren't you?
Happy Halloween.
Don't you love it when you kill a kid around other kids while you also have kids? In a way, I guess that makes me sympathize with why he kills kids, but how do you think he was gonna get away with this?
Watch Charlie Brown, and I'll be in a minute.
Charlie Brown's an asshole!
I kind of love a movie that treats Charlie Brown the same way the comic strip world would.
Daddy, I want to go to the parade. Daddy, I wish Mommy was still alive.
I told him she might be, I just haven't dug her up to check for sure yet.
Let's carve a scary face this time.
He takes his son downstairs to carve a pumpkin and... Oh, yeah, this is YouTube. The head of the kid you saw earlier is fine. He wasn't taken downstairs or carved into at all, and no swear words, especially the F word, were said a couple times in a row, back to back. Oh, by the way, you can totally watch this movie on YouTube. Nothing makes sense! The trick-or-treaters from before go to the next house trying to find a jack-o'-lantern for their scavenger hunt.
Great costume.
Isn't it just perfect?
I'm gay now. I'm straight now.
Watch out for monsters.
Ooh, that's 2 holiday horror films she's been in now. They find a house covered in jack-o'-lanterns who were made by a kid named Rhonda.
Did you carve all these yourself?
Made my costume too.
I'm Schrader.
Rhonda.
Ah, a cute scene! Kill it with fire! Well, they actually killed that scene with fire. Well played. We see a couple making out in an alleyway, but one of them bites off more than he should chew. Dude, I've been so drunk my girlfriend had to close my eyes too. Have fun leaving her here like a totally normal person would. Hey, there is some Halloween education in this.
Predating Christianity, the Celtic holiday was celebrated on the one night between autumn and winter.
Again, remember your audience.
I like your eye patch.
Shit, I must be getting old. I legit wanted to hear more about Halloween. The trick-or-treaters make their way to a giant cliff where a bus was said to drive off carrying a bunch of kids.
There's this bus full of crazy...
Jesus, will you shut up and let me tell the damn story?
Want to see another impression of YouTube?
You said a bad word.
Copyright claim. I mean age restricted. I mean something that can easily be abused.
She tells the story about how a bus carrying disabled kids was thrown off a cliff because their parents were sick of raising them. Man, between this and The Ring, I guess the best way to handle any kid with differences is gravity.
Home. I'm gonna go home.
One kid gets loose, though, and stops their evil plan of driving them off a cliff by driving them off a cliff. Sheesh, boy, did it really make sense having that busload of kids drown?
Maybe.
The kids decide to leave the jack-o'-lanterns, each representing one of the 8 victims.
He's so still not over that. Get over it, man. It was stupid. People make stupid decisions. What are you gonna do? Ugh.
Was that one of yours?
Yes.
It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, I know these two have only had like 3 lines, but I kind of ship the hell out of them.
Really?
I totally want a movie where they grow up into Welcome to the Dollhouse meets the Addams Family.
Hello? Who's your favorite big sister?
While that's going on, Lori splits from her group, yet isn't having any luck finding some boys to mingle with.
Not now, Andrew.
Josh.
Whatever.
Okay, am I the only one at first who thought that was a sitcom audience going, ooh? Corey Matthews really did turn into a werewolf in the worst episode of Boy Meets World. Back with the trick-or-treaters, it looks like something might be knocking the kids off.
What?
The cover to the Magic School Bus's most controversial work. It looks like the kids are rising from the dead, but it turns out it's just one hell of an amazing choreographed prank on Rhonda.
Here, let me see.
As the leader of this kid gang, I don't know. What the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
But of course, they're attacked by real spooks as the drowned kids rise and try to eat them up.
Rhonda, open the gate!
Let us in!
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm friends with a disabled kid. Oh, maybe not.
Where's she going? Wanda!
I've seen couples work through worse. They could have made it happen. Back with Lori, she makes her way to the party, slowly becoming aware she's being followed by the killer from earlier.
What big eyes you have.
Oh, really? Most creeps say what big boobs I have. Say, I know you're trying to kill me, but what are you doing later?
True blood.
Together, though, the tables are quite turned, as Lori is a werewolf and was luring a boy for them all to feed on.
I'm nervous.
I mean, the Red Riding costume was so on the nose.
I will admit, though, I didn't put together the killer was Dylan Baker's character.
What are you doing?
Joke's on you, I literally prayed this is how I would go. I have so many specific internet friends to tell about this. I give Major credit, they actually built these werewolves as opposed to whatever the hell we've gotten for years. And we cut to earlier where we see an angry neighbor, played by Brian Cox, loves scaring kids off and stealing their candy.
Ooh, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
I give this film a higher rating, not just for having a Scooby-Doo cartoon on TV, but for having it be their best Scooby-Doo cartoon. That's attention to detail there.
It is.
Something tries to get in his house, though, and he thinks he's ready for whatever it is.
Wait, who's that? Oh, it's Brian Cox. Okay.
Why, that was very thoughtful. Very thoughtful! The tricks don't stop there, though, as the film's mascot named Sam, which I know is short for something else, but I'm sorry, it's really weird just calling this monster Sam, continues to make his night a living hell. I love the idea of a killer trick-or-treater. I mean, I don't know, I feel like that must have been done in a horror film before, but this one seems to really go all the way with the idea. He doesn't just kill people in costume, he kills them in a way that ties into the playful yet demented ways of Halloween. Like I've said before, I really like when we get a new slasher killer that stands the test of time, and this character is unique enough in both design and idea to leave a long impact. Oh, that's horrifyingly delicious!
Oh.
I'm sorry Succession ended the way it did! I didn't know it was only gonna be okay! I didn't know it was only going to be okay! At first I didn't like the idea of seeing this thing without its mask on, but by God, if a haunted trick-or-treater who has the ultimate love of Halloween has to have a face, that is the face.
Yeah.
Having him bleed pumpkin seeds is also a great touch. Though it does make me watch the pumpkin and smile a different way, though. Sam just takes his candy bar back because I don't know, he didn't blow out a jack-o'-lantern like a true maniac, I guess. And it's revealed he was the bus driver who killed those kids years ago. But again, he didn't blow out a jack-o'-lantern, so he's totally worth another shot.
Trick or treat.
He ends up giving kids candy now instead of scaring them off, but in one last surprise, the kids he drove off the cliff return.
Trick or treat. That's not a bad night.
Yeah, okay, play it.
What a twist!
What a twist!
And that was Trick or Treat, and I have to admit, it is a little better than I remember. Okay, I can't say it's great writing or super complex characters. Honestly, I do wish a lot of the stories had stronger twists or more interactions outside of these characters just crossing paths.
It seems more like the version of Creepshow. Like, it seems like a 2000s version of Creepshow. It really does. Imagine if they do make this sequel and they bring this girl back, by the way, right here in the witch costume. Because she's the only one who basically survived. Why did she do all that crap?
Once in a while. Though I guess a few of those do have a good payoff. But the visuals, the atmosphere, the practical effects, and the performances do make it very memorable. It's so refreshing to see a film not covered in CGI and see actual puppets and costumes made from scratch. The actors don't really have a ton to work off of in terms of the written page, but because they did pick good performers, it allows them to bring a lot of their own unique charm to the roles. Being an anthology movie also works to its advantage because you can jump from one Halloween scenario to another, allowing this movie to fill up on ghoulish tropes the same way your trick-or-treat bag fills up with candy. It's also cool that this movie was just kind of quietly discovered. I guess it never got a wide, big screen release, which really is a shame. But when they released on DVD, word did spread, and everyone sort of said, hey, have you seen this movie? It's got some cool scenes in it, it's just dripping with Halloween. Kind of like how a lot of classic Halloween horror films of the past have been discovered. While I can't call it great cinema, I can call it a memorable celebration of the many things most of us enjoy about this kick-ass holiday. I'm a nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Alright, nice little review. Not much discovered. I still haven't watched this movie all the way, but now it's basically been spoiled to me twice. Because I can't remember who else's review I've seen of it as in the past. I'd have to look it up. But what did you guys think of the film? And hey, I'm still not above watching this movie, even though it's been basically spoiled for me. But you know, hey, what are you going to do, right? But I do have 2 movies scheduled. Hopefully I'll be able to get them started soon. And, you know, I'm still doing Gen V. I'm still, like, really completely, like, occupied with Gen V. And I still got to get the last 2 episodes out. So I think that's why it's taking me so long. But, you know, I'm still getting these videos out to you, and hopefully you guys still like them. So please, smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you all in the next video.